You start a college just as George Floyd was murdered, and there was a reckoning on race. It's natural to wonder if democracy you hear about actually works for you. What is democracy? If black men are being killed in the street, what is democracy? The trail of broken promises still leave black communities behind. What is democracy? You have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot. And most of all, what does it mean, as we've heard before, to be a black man who loves his country, even if it doesn't love him back in equal measure? Today in Georgia, they won't allow water to be available to you while you wait in line to vote in an election. What in the hell is that all about? No, I'm serious. Think about it. And then the constant attacks on black election workers who count your vote. Insurrectionists who storm the Capitol with Confederate flags are called patriots by some. Not in my house. Black police officers, black veterans protecting the Capitol were called another word, as you recall.
You know, I don't know what it is about these new age Democrats, the ones that believe in Marxism and communism and socialism. They really think that going to HBCUs means that you have to automatically go into panda mode, go into pushing victimization and oppression to people that are about to graduate from a college. Think about that. The people they're going to speak to are not victims. The people they're going to speak to are not oppressed. Oppressed people do not go to these higher educational institutions that receive a lot of money from the federal government. Some are private institutions. Their parents having to pay for them to go to college. Some having to take loans. But these people are the privileged. These are the privileged people who get to go to college. These people are not oppressed. But leave it up to Democrats when they go speak to a majority black audience at these historically black colleges and universities. They automatically, instead of talking about what these people can do, the achievements they can make, how they have the opportunity of a lifetime to go out into the world, that they're not victims, that they are empowered for greatness. No. These Democrats, Joe Biden and the latest is Jasmine Crockett, get up in front of these students and tell them, no, America hates you because you're black. America has its knee on your neck because you are black. Although you graduated from an institution of higher learning and that you have all these degrees. No. You can't make nothing of yourself in America because you are black. And they do this because they know that a lot of people are ignorant to what it means to achieve here in America. And one way that people can achieve, that have jobs, that have retirement portfolios, is to make sure your retirement portfolio has gold and silver and other precious metals incorporated within that retirement portfolio. To download a free resource that talks about how to incorporate gold and silver and other precious metals into your retirement portfolio, go to thebiblicalconservative.com/gold or click on the link in the description.
It is hard to truly conceptualize what could truly meet this exact intersection in history and be good enough. I went through all the thoughts of what would Shirley Chisholm or Barbara Jordan or Michelle or Barack say. Honestly, what can you say nowadays? And well, I did like any good PK would do. I thought about God and church. So here goes. I am truly nowhere near being a preacher. But if I had to reveal my inspiration for today's words, it would be the song, I Feel No Ways Tired. I find myself oftentimes repeating the words of this song as I am pushing myself beyond my self-appointed limit. Turn to your neighbor and say, I feel no ways tired. Okay, now do it again and mean it. Okay. Now let me tell y'all, I am tired. But we gonna get into it. It's the paradox and parallels for me. We are currently standing upon more than 500 acres of sanctuary and a launch pad for the civil rights movement in Mississippi, a training ground that birthed civil rights warriors with pens, prayers, and protest signs, a training ground that birthed me as I stand before you. They want to do everything they can to delete this sacrificial work and those born from it, if not only just from the history books, but they want to delete the progress and the beneficiaries of said work from their present ranks. As I stand here in this safe space, still only one of the few places that an institution can invite me to speak. Okay, so that went over some of y'all's heads. But my 50-year grads understood what I was putting down. To think about the fact that people have to be fearful of having a sitting member of Congress to come and address their graduates tells us that we still got a lot of work to do. The President of the United States having a temper tantrum that strips funding because I'm black and I'm proud should not be something that we are dealing with in 2025. The reality is that this harkens back to a man named Martin. It harkens back to a man named Martin that decided that he wanted to go out and educate and invigorate during the civil rights movement. And it was here at Tougaloo that he could come and speak. In fact, it was the only institution in Mississippi that he could come and speak. I can also tell you about the daily blows that I take and the hate that is consistently spewed at me. But the reality is that there is a song that goes, haters, get on your job. Haters, get on your job. Y'all know that song? Okay. We're also going through the soundtrack of my life. Again, it's the paradox and parallels for me. The work done by so many like Benny Medgar and Fannie Lou Hamer are under attack. And instead of publicly calling us the N-word, they use racist epithets and suggest that we're ghetto or unqualified or diversity hires. Even though we're all more, oftentimes than not, more educated and qualified than they are. I have news for you. These attacks are not new because Jim Crow never died. He just lied in wait. They've always attacked diversity, equity, and inclusion. They've always attacked people and institutions who serve on behalf of black people, and it hasn't always been overtly racist. Sometimes it's building highways through communities, underfunding schools, or as y'all know, neglecting to invest in infrastructure like water systems. It's the paradox and parallels for me. See, and I'm gonna finish up. I got some more remarks, but I gotta do what I do, which is flow. The reason that I say that life for me ain't never been no crystal stair because it's the reality of what it is to be black in America. It is the reality that we have always faced as black people in America. But when people ask me, why is it that you do this job? It is because I tap into the blood of the ancestors. And listen, I didn't go to a HBCU for undergrad. So let me tell you, I didn't get to sit in classrooms or sit on the ground where I know that there were plenty of people that had to plan to protect not only their present, but to protect their future. And I am here to tell you that if you are waiting on somebody to come and save you, they are not coming to save you. You are the person that you have been waiting on. Listen, graduates. Every movement that we have ever had has been led by young people. I know that y'all look at me and y'all think that I'm young, but just know this. I am older than Medgar was when he was assassinated. I am older than Martin was when he was assassinated. I am older than Malcolm when he was assassinated. So if you think that I'm young, I'm here to tell you that y'all's work is cut out for you. Because there's so much that stands before you. There are people that are going to tell you that there is not a table in which there is a seat for you. But I am here to remind you of Montgomery and those folding chairs. Let me tell you that we know how to use a chair, whether we pulling it up or we doing something else with it. Let me be the first one to tell you that I know that y'all are ready to put your boots on the ground. That's your cue. There we go.
Out there going dance. You ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at?
I'm going to let that play because I wanted you to hear Jasmine Crockett and how she addressed that graduating class at Tougaloo. Like I've said before, I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Meridian, Mississippi. Tougaloo's in Jackson. I know a lot about Tougaloo. I have friends of mine that went to Tougaloo College in Jackson. The fact that these Democrats feel they can get in front of black audiences and talk like that is insulting. Boots on the ground. That is insulting to me, the way Jasmine Crockett spoke to that audience. Because I know if she would have went to Ole Miss or Mississippi State, her message would have been different. It would have been. She would not have been talking about how they're victims, tapping into your blood of your ancestors and things like that. She would not have said anything like that. But you get in front of the HBCU audience and you talk like that. You talk as if these people have the knee of white supremacy on them. See, that's a problem we have in America when it comes to the black bougie elite. And she's part of that. The ones that want to keep black people in a permanent state of victimhood. They constantly talk up victimization to keep black people in that frame of reference, to keep them voting for the Democratic Party. She didn't talk about in her speech how it was the Democrats who were the ones that were accosting Medgar Evers and Dr. King and people like that. She didn't say that in her speech. She didn't talk about that because those were the ones that were running the South during that time. Boots on the ground, tapping into the blood of your ancestors. We know how to throw chairs. That was insulting. We're not victims. We are empowered for greatness.